Hey there, everybody, and we are back with our Butte Bandits franchise expansion mode series here on the channel. And not only are we back with the Butte Bandits, we're back with the conference finalist Butte Bandits. In this video, we'll be doing the conference final and either going up to or into this draft, or you never know, going into the Stanley Cup finals. We'll be taking this one slow, so I don't know how long this video is going to be, but we're going to get jumping right into it by finding out, first of all, who our competition is going to be in this next round. Now, it's either going to be Vegas or San Jose. They're currently tied 3 apiece going into Game 7. Let's see if we find out right now. It's also going to be Florida and Montreal for the Eastern Conference Finals, but let's see who we're facing in the Western Conference Finals. And NHL playoff round is complete. Let's see. Is it San Jose or Vegas? It is Vegas, so it's an expansion matchup. Vegas went 41, 31, and 10 through their season. We went 43, 25, and 14. So two teams that really took their games to overtime a lot of times. Very interesting to see how this is going to go. Gustafsson has been lights out for us so far. Let's see how he does in the first game of the conference finals here against the Vegas Golden Knights. Let's see. First period. And we're up 2-0. A shorthanded goal, by Pierre-Luc Dubois, followed by, once again, another goal by our star forward, Barrett Hayton. He has been the best pickup for us so far from this trade deadline. Yes, Claude Giroux's done good, not as good as Barrett Hayton. Shots are 14-10 in favor of the Vegas Golden Knights, but we lead it 2-0. Let's see what happens. Second period. And the score remains 2-0 in favor of us. Shots are 30-26 also in favor of us. We're heavily putting on the pressure here. Let's go slow sim this third period and see just what happens. A power play for the Vegas Golden Knights. I'm not going to say it. Oh, I didn't even have to. Chandler Stevenson breaks the shutout streak for Gustafsson. I thought he was going to do it again. I thought he was lights out in that last episode. And if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it now. If you haven't even watched this series and this is your first time, go, it's in a playlist. And Robbie Fabry ties it up for the Vegas Golden Knights, who are pouring the shots on late here in the third period, and they tie it up. It's going to overtime. Shots are 39-37 in favor of the Vegas Golden Knights. I'm jambled here. I am scrambled. Let's see what happens in this overtime period. And it's over quick. And I think that was a Vegas win. Let's see. It was. Mark Stone finishes off less than a minute into overtime with the 40th shot of the game for the Vegas Golden Knights, and they take this one. First game of the series goes to the Knights. We're going to keep the lines as they are. And I quickly want to take a look what this Vegas Golden Knights team looks like. Our conference final opponents, and they're pretty deep. Stevenson, Eichel, Stone on the top line, Pearson, Lizotte, Dorofeyev on the second line, Fabry, Waugh, and Cotter on the third line, and Brisson, the rookies, Brisson, McGroarty, and Howden on the fourth line, Howden being the veteran of that line. Interesting. On the defense, it's a little weaker, with Shea Theodore being the top defenseman there by a mile, with Caden Korczak, or is it Korczak? I'm not sure. I think it's Korczak. Nico Mikkola with Alex Pietrangelo, and Jake Bean with Zach Whitecloud. So pretty weak defense. Goaltenders is Robin Lehner and Antti Ranta, and they've done pretty good for them so far. Any scratches? Nothing that we can see of. So they're a pretty good team, but I still think we actually have the edge here. I think we have more depth in scoring and way more depth in defense by a mile. So let's quickly go here. I almost advanced A. That would have sucked. Second game of the conference finals against the Vegas Golden Knights. First period. They take the early 1-0 lead from a goal by Jack Eichel. We also lead shots 12-11, just barely. Second period. Oh, a big scoring period. Pruka gets us on the board. Lizotte puts them back up ahead, but Garland and Besser put us up ahead 3-2 before Dorofeyev ties it up. Shots are 24-22 in favor of us. What a crazy second period. Third period, we're going to slow sim this one and see what happens. We are kind of leading the shots. They get a power play. They're catching up now. It's a tight game, but Shabrikov puts us up 4-3 over the Vegas Golden Knights. They get another power play. Are we going to kill it off? Are we going to suffer here? Oh, they don't even really get a shot on that power play, but they tie it up afterwards by a goal from Pavel Dorofeyev. It's 4-4 with less than a minute to go in the third period, and we're headed to overtime again. So, as I said at the beginning of this video, both these teams went to overtime a lot in their games, and we're doing it in the playoffs as well. Let's see, third period, ×8 simulation. Will this end quickly, or will we go to a second over? No, we do not. Game ends. Tanner Pearson gets a power play goal for the Vegas Golden Knights. Again, they had 40 shots on net, and they win it and currently lead the series 2-0. Not a good look. I think it's time to maybe try changing things up a bit. It worked for us against Colorado a bit, but let's see. Maybe we'll put Hag and Montour on the second pair, Gerard and Pesce on the top, Miller and Myers as the starting third pair. We're going to go back to that lineup combination. Goaltenders, Gustafson's been decent. I don't think it's time to switch him out. I think that's just a panic move. As for forwards, I think we're all okay here. Garland's been doing well. Dubois hasn't been. So maybe we knock him down. I'm not sure. I think we keep it as it is. Actually, you know what? We're going to knock him up. We're going to put Dubois on the second line with Pruka and Shabrikov. And we're going to put Krebs with Appleby and Garland and see how that goes. That's the first time we've broken up that second line this season. But Appleby's really struggling, so maybe we just take him out of the minutes a bit. Let's go into game 3 here. Hopefully not drop 3 games to the Golden Knights to start this playoff round. Don't even know what to say now. First period. Pretty good scoring. First period. We get 2 goals right off the bat from Pruka and Coleman, but they answer with Stone and Waugh notching goals. Waugh getting his with just under a minute left in the first period. We lead in shots 15-9, but the score is even 2 apiece. Let's see. Second period. They take the lead from a goal by Alex Pietrangelo. Shots are 26-20 in favor of us, but Gustafson's letting things in that maybe shouldn't be going in. Let's see. We almost went scoreless in that period, both teams, but they got it into the last 2 minutes of the game. Let's see. Third period, slow sim this one. They get another power play, and they convert on it. Rutger McGroarty puts them up, and then Howden puts them up 5-2. So this game looks done and dusted for them. We get another one, actually, a shorthanded one on the Knights against Robin Lehner with less than 5 minutes to go in this period. Let's see what happens. We get a power play. We can't even get within 1. That game is over. We lose 5-3, and we're currently on the brink of elimination. So this is going to be a very quick playoff round, apparently. Barrett Hayden hasn't really woken up yet this playoffs. It's unfortunate the team's doing the way they are. And you know what? Because Gustafson's been rocky, we got to try something. We are going to be putting Michael Hrabal back in net. He did bad in his first start, but Gustafson's been a little rocky lately. If Hrabal can at least get us to an elimination game against the Vegas Golden Knights now, because, well, I don't know. Both series are actually up 3-0 because the Panthers have the Montreal Canadiens on the brink of elimination as well. Let's see what happens here. Game 4. Will we be swept out or will we put up a fight? First period. Lots of scoring there. They put themselves up 2-0 from 2 power play goals. One by Rutger McGroarty, one by Jack Eichel. We get back within 1 from a goal by Sam Girard, and then Dorofeyev puts them up 3-1. But then Trenin and Garland both convert, and we are tied 3-3. Shots are even 13 apiece. Let's see what happens. Second period. And we go off. Cooper Appleby, Keandre Miller, and Claude Giroux get notch goals for us. Shots are 23-21 in favor of the Knights, but the score is 6-3 in favor of your Butte Bandits. So let's see. We'll slow sim this third period. I'm choking up my words a bit. I'm pretty tired. I've been recording for about 3 hours. Blake Coleman gets another one, and Pierre-Luc Dubois gets another one. It's 8-3, so the floodgates have opened. We've run Lehner out of the net. The Butte Bandits may have solved the Vegas Golden Knights, or maybe they're just putting up one last effort before an inevitable death in this playoff run. Both of us get power plays. Both of us are killed off. Besser gets another. It's 9-3. I can't remember the last time I saw a sim game score that high, but we do take this one 6 over the Vegas Golden Knights with a score of 9-3, shots 34-32 in favor of us by the end of that game. So we fight back. Series is now 3-1, and it's also 3-1 for the Eastern Conference Final as well, as Montreal fights back. We're going to have to see if Hrabal can stay strong in the net. He allowed 3 goals that game, but maybe he'll get into a rhythm here in Game 5. Will we stave off elimination once more, or will we finally pack our bags and go home? I'm surprised we even got this far. First period, and the Knights lead 2-1. We get up early in the game from a goal by Claude Giroux, but Pearson and Dorofeyev put them up by 1. Shots are 10-7 in favor of the Knights. Second period, they add to it. It's 3-1 for the Knights. Shots are 23-15. Chandler Stevenson, the lone goal scorer of that period. It's looking done and dusted for your Butte Bandits here in their first playoff run. But, you know, I'm surprised they got this far, but I'm happy we did. It's good experience for everyone. I think we're out of this one now. Less than 10 minutes to go in the game, and the shots are just climbing in favor of the Knights. We're starting to get a bit back into it. Oh, we get within 1. Nikita Shabrikov. Can we get back within? Can we get back in and tie it up? We don't. A heartbreaking loss. We are knocked out in 5 games, and that is our playoff appearance over. And Montreal Canadiens are still fighting. We'll end up having to see if Vegas has a rematch against Florida, or if they go up against a rematch against the Montreal Canadiens from their, I believe they faced in the conference finals of that weird COVID season. But let's go here. Our Burnaby Aces also were knocked out, I believe, in the second round, so that's unfortunate. And it is the Florida Panthers getting a rematch against the Vegas Golden Knights. So let's see how that goes for them. We'll slow sim this one. Vegas goes up 1-0 in the series. Florida ties it up 1-1. They go up 2-1, so maybe they're fighting back. 3-1, they have the Vegas Golden Knights on the brink of elimination, and your Stanley Cup winner is the Florida Panthers, with the San Diego Gulls taking the Calder Cup home. What an impressive season by the Panthers. Sucks that we didn't lose to the Cup champions, but you know, we got close. We got close. We were in the conference finals. We shouldn't have even been there. I didn't expect that. Impressive season by our team. So let's sim to the draft. I haven't even taken a look at the draft class yet, and I just realized I don't think I even assigned scouts. I think I signed all those scouts and didn't put them in the right areas. You guys can call me out all you want in the comments below. I am a bad GM right now. I told you guys that I was good, and I've been choking ever since. There's some good-ish players here. Obviously, Mason St. Louis, Mikey Bearchild, Victor Fyodorov, Rubrick, Boychuk, Leonov looks great. Gavin McKenna looks great. We're not going to be in this. We're way down here. We're picking way down toward the bottom here, and we don't know a thing about any of the people available. Maybe Donovan Duffy, maybe Austin Ball. It's just looking, it looks like it's gonna be a crapshoot for us. Not sure who we're gonna get. Maybe Zy Ferraro, Hobson, Hunwick. There's options. I just don't know who's the good one. And the Nashville Predators are picking first overall. Seattle picks second. St. Louis third. Los Angeles fourth, and Philly rounds out the top 5. With Dallas, Pittsburgh, Islanders, Jersey, and Boston rounding out the top 10. So, interesting. No teams have acquired picks, so everyone's picking with their own picks in the top 16 or 17 of the draft. But as we know, we don't know anything about it. We're not going to be picking high. I think we have a good team as it is. Maybe we'll look to re-sign some contracts. Brad Marchand retires. Eric Stahl retires. Brent Burns, Zach Parise, Jeff Carter, Ryan Suter, Milan Lucic, Mike Giordano, Alex Killorn, Derek Brassard, Nick Foligno, Mike Hoffman, Evgeny Dodonov, a whole bunch of others retire as well. I didn't need to even name that many. And then for goalies, it's Yoni Orio. I didn't even know he was still in the game. But that is our 3rd season in the books, and you know what? I can't really complain, as we did get further than we expected to. Not only did we get our first berth, we got our first division title, we got our first playoff round win, we got our first 2 playoff round wins, and we got our first appearance at the conference finals for our team. So that has been great. I'm going to use my quick trick to look at what the team is looking like after that 3rd season. Again, if you don't know, on draft day you can go into the team stats, and if you hit trade for asset, it will show you all the players on your team, and all the draft picks will be with their right teams, but the values will be what the draft picks were valued at the trade deadline. Okay, so if the team was like in the playoffs, in the playoff hunt at the trade deadline, and then completely falls off, their first overall pick could be the value of like the 20th overall pick. It's very strange, but let's see what we have here. Goalies. Gustafson is at an 86, Augustine's at an 80, Hrabel's at an 80. So we got 3 goalies now. It might take the load off a bit of Gustafson. Hrabel was great for us this season. I'm surprised he didn't go up in his potential, because he was just stellar. As for defense, Montour's dropped a bit in value. Sam Girard's jumped in value. Miller's dropped a bit in value. Still listed as a high elite, so that's interesting. Pesci has... Oh, sorry. Hold on a second. Pesci is staying about the same. He's still an 89 overall. Hag has lost all value because Hag, Alexiak, and Myers have lost all value because, well, they're UFAs. So maybe we'll see what they're asking for quickly. Calio Delis grew a bit. Obviously, Mike Benning is going to be in the lineup next year, replacing Tyler Myers. Absolutely insane season by him with, is that 87 points in 82 games? Absolutely crazy. On the right side, Danila Yurov is definitely ready for next season. Constant Hellenius maybe. Sokolov might get a chance because he's been great with the team. Shabrikov and Pruka, again, they're probably going to round out that that second line. And then Clark Caswell is ready for the NHL next season, so he'll be jumping into the lineup. That'll be a good addition. And Maxwell Ellison doesn't go up. In fact, his overall stays the same at a 68 after 81 points, 50 goals in 74 games. It might be the end of Maxwell Ellison's potential jump to the NHL. Maybe we could give him some line time next year, see if we can just force him to grow. That'd be interesting. Barrett Hayton did stellar for us. Peyton Krebs had a great season for us. Pierre-Luc Dubois dropped a bit in value, but Cooper Appleby, our former first overall pick, 44 goals, 31 assists, 75 points in 82 games. I don't think I talked about him enough this season. He's now 6'5" in height, so he's a big boy at 19 years old. But he had a stellar first season. Maybe he should have been more of a highlight of that season, but instead this team's inconsistency took over. JT Compher back up to an 82 overall. His contract doesn't expire yet, so we do have an option for the third or fourth line. And John Beecher just stepping into his new extension. That's rough. That's just rough that I signed him to that. But we have some assets we can maybe move out. I just don't think we need anything. And then again, we have the 31st overall pick, so we're not going to get too many good players. It's a bit of a deep draft, but I don't think we're going to get too much. The Jets are shopping, and the Ducks are shopping some players, so we'll have to see. And again, the Calgary Flames are shopping Connor Zary, but we don't really need a young center anymore because we got Barrett Hayton. They are shopping Elias Lindholm, though, and Joel Eriksson next. So Elias Lindholm, 64 points last season. He signed for 3 years after this one. It's just a hair under $8 million. Maybe that's someone we look to bring in. Joel Eriksson Ek probably would have been that third line center option if he was available at the trade deadline. Maybe he was, but I didn't see it. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. A bit of a shorter one. We do get knocked out pretty quickly, unfortunately. But, you know, I think there's a lot of promise here that we'll quickly look at who's asking for what and who's expiring. And it is Nick Hague, 86 overall, asking for 5.6 over 6 years. So I wouldn't mind giving him 5.5 or no, maybe 5 million over 5 years. That's not bad. 4.875 over 5 years is what I'm going to offer him. If he takes that, I don't mind that. We don't really have someone who's pushing him out of a lineup on the left-hand defensive side. Claude Giroux, I think I'm going to let walk. He did great. He's not asking for too much. You guys let me know in the comments if we should bring him back. I want to bring back Connor Garland. He's not interested. Barrett Hayton, we could give him 5 years, $4.5 million. I don't mind that, but again, he's a third signer. Let's wait until the actual re-sign window. Maybe he'll be asking for less. Connor Garland, as I said, I wanted to extend him. He's asking for a little too much. Maybe on a 1-year deal, I can accept that. Jamie Alexiak, you did great for us. 4.75. I know you drop significantly to your asking price if I change the years, but you're 33. I'm not giving you a term. Tyler Myers, you also did great for us. What do you have? 21 points plus 28. Those two were dominant. Maybe we bring back Myers, but we do have Mike Benning coming up, so we don't really need to. Blake Coleman, we signed him to possibly trade him, and we ended up keeping him. He did great for us. There's a lot of like depth-ish players going available. Christopher Brennan could be someone we sign. That doesn't look too bad. Ivanov again, also someone we give a shot to and see if we can develop. Maxwell Ellison needs a contract extension, so right off the bat, we're giving him 3 years, $1 million a year, because he's not leaving. We will develop him. And then goalies, we'll sign Talon Boyko and Brendan Bussey to 1-year extensions with the team. And that'll be it for what we do in this video. We'll see in the next video if Hague accepts the extension and if we can get some good players onto this team via the draft and get our core locked up and maybe figure out who we want to bring into this next phase. I think we're entering a competitive contending phase with this team, and we got to make sure that we do it right. We got to make sure we waste no time. As you saw in the last season, we moved out Duclair the second things got dicey for him, and I am not afraid to do that any more times with any other players. I don't think we're going to have to do it too much. I think we've got a really stable core now. It's unfortunate that they couldn't go further, but I'm surprised they went as far as they did. So thank you guys so much for joining me. If you like this video, please leave a like down below. It only lets me know the type of content you want to see more of. And if you really like it, why not consider subscribing? It only helps you to grow, helps you to put out better content, and it's kind of mutually win-win because you get decent NHL content. And in the next video, we'll take this team through its third draft and see if we can add some key pieces still and get some draft steals maybe. Let's see. Thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one.